couple of weeks ago, I was interviewing Dara, the Uber CEO in the US. He had a very interesting take on this. The American markets skipped quick commerce because they had big box retail. And he said, quick commerce can work in very densely populated societies, but the distinction is how many people in that society are willing to pay $1, $2, $5 a day in perpetuity because the labor arbitrage comes in. If this building has, I don't know, 30 houses or 50 houses, and we all use quick commerce a couple of times a day and we're spending a few thousand rupees, at some point it gets to the point where people start thinking, okay, a few thousand rupees a day is a few lakh rupees a month. Should we hire 5 boys who will not only go and bring the grocery, but they'll also do errands at home? It works in high cost of labor societies somehow. In India, I don't know. I don't know what the TAM is. I don't think it's much more than 50, 60 million people. If with
So that's
all
a large TAM.
But not more.
5 crore people are a large TAM.
Well, these companies have 2 lakh, 3 lakh crore market caps. So TAM is reciprocal of that, right? I don't know. It's a tough question. I've never bought. All of them are my friends, but I've
You've
never
never bought from quick commerce?
I've never invested in a quick commerce company.
But you have ordered.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It's now becoming a feature. So, for example, Nykaa is now doing sub 2-hour delivery in Bombay and Bangalore. Like for D2C brands, there are now companies that do quick commerce. So they'll say, hey, for these pin codes, we'll deliver in 6 hours. We'll have a.
But I'll tell you, this is again labor arbitrage. Uber does this exact same thing where their riders are not employees. They can't have unions. They don't get pensions and medical and this, that, and the other. When 7, 8 players come into the foray and they start unionizing and they start asking for benefits, at some point that cost to convenience math will get skewed and not for the better.
But that's what happened with Uber and Ola also in India, no?
Yeah.
The market tapped out very quickly.
Yeah.
And then all that supply of cars became problematic.
Yeah. Rapido is like the upcoming thing there from Bangalore.
Bombay? Only use Rapido now.
Yeah?
Rapido?
Only
Yeah,
Rapido, yeah. Gurgaon, Bombay, Bangalore, only Rapido. Pradeep will kill me for saying this, but yeah, Uber is too expensive.
Who's Pradeep?
Pradeep was Asia head for Uber, is now working in Dara's team, I think, on their enterprise stuff. He's moved there. He's one of my investors.
If you could buy Zomato, Swiggy, or Zepto's shares today,
Yeah.
knowing that quick commerce is their growth driver as of today at least, would you?
I have.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
What did you buy?
Swiggy.
Both.
Would you?
Zomato.
Yeah? You too, Rao?
No.
No?
What about you? That's the most important question.
I haven't.
See, the thing is, someone has to pay, right? Every company that's going public will have the pressure to perform in terms of PAT
So
and all of that
who's paying?
stuff. That's my point.
But then you're buying the stock.
As a new brand, no, because they will make the money. I'll tell you who will suffer. A lot of new brands will suffer. Because the moment this mentality comes in there, listen, I don't care, I have to make this much money on this quarter, you will squeeze more ad revenue and you will bully smaller brands. It's a very natural process. So, why I'm bringing this up is that if you're a new brand, please don't just think that you'll build it on quick commerce. It's not going to be just that.
I agree with
You're
it.
saying
I
that
agree and
while you're
disagree
on
with
quick
it.
commerce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but
established, so he has the market share.
But I'm available at most of the good restaurants in the country also, right? I'm not solely relying on them. And speaking of quick com, who would you invest in?
At the end of the day, as an investor, I look at companies as a multiple of the EBITDA or net cash that they're throwing out. In today's equation, I find them expensive. Hence, I have not invested. I'm more a conservative investor, so no. But I do question. It's always going to come at a premium, right? Like if I buy a Swami bottle at 50 rupees, and if I get it delivered from one of the quick commerce guys, there is a cost of labor, the 30 minutes the rider who's going to ride from their dark store to my house, then leave from here, go back, pick up another delivery from the dark store, the cost of fuel. Inflation will drive a lot of this cost up. His salary, for example, how much he makes per hour. If you were to extrapolate and say he has to make a minimum of $100 an hour, if he works 22 days, that's like a salary of 22,000 rupees a month. At some point, I will question for small deliveries, like if I want a bottle of Swami, will I pay that premium? Right now, it might be discounted by capital coming in from elsewhere. Beyond a point of time in India, if I'm using quick commerce 5 times a day and paying 50 rupees each time or 30 rupees each time, maybe not for me, but for a vast majority of India, that 150 rupees a day, the 5,000 rupees, at some point we'll get to the point where, an apartment complex hires 3 guys or 4 guys, or you hire help. I have heard the argument of why it didn't work in the West and it will work in India, the density of population and all of that. But the category of people in India which can afford to pay a premium is still very low. Very, very low. I think we are very, very price conscious. It's almost like annoyingly price conscious. If you're selling something at 50 rupees and you're not in the craft space, you're in the mass market, if he sells it at 45, people just switch. That is the Indian culture and mentality. It doesn't matter what country he's from. I know he's Indian, but still saying.
The other challenge, and this again comes down to pricing, because even your quick commerce today, right, as a new brand, they will eat you up.
It's tough.
It'll be tough. There have been times when they'll ask you for a 50% commission. So between your 40% GST and your 50% commission and all, good luck.
Grass
making
is
any money.
always greener on the other side, right? They'll give you volumes that nobody else can give you as a new entrant, because you're not pitting against shelf space. You're pitting against thumbnails. That's a big difference. It makes a huge change.
Is quick commerce sustainable? I asked the same question to my friends who run restaurants. I'm reviewing the industry from a investor use case. It didn't work in the West. West went the way of big box retail. Quick commerce had like a tiny spike, but it died.
I think
I'm
the
trying to figure
moment,
out if it's going to be different in India.
I think the
it's
moment-
sheer volume, no?
but debatable.
I
I just think the moment quick commerce, and right now a lot of them are behaving that way, that we will be your discovery, then they own you.
Then they'll start competing brands.
Yeah. So
they always do that. That's
so
that's
they
the
will come
trajectory
to
anyways.
brands that are doing well. Like if you're an established brand, there's more reason for them to take you. If you're a newer brand, they totally can squeeze you, right?
And they've had the same playbook with restaurants, and you
Yeah.
guys have seen it.
I think they will also now get into seeing which category and which product is doing well and start white labeling the same.
But Amazon has done that for years,
Yeah.
and
This is what
why
I mean.
expect otherwise?
So
Yeah.
I feel like slightly opposition to this. I feel like, unfortunately, for us, it will very much stick around and dominate, because if you look at the US, which I'm familiar with, people have been ordering groceries, let's say, in the US online for like a decade now.
But not getting it in 10 minutes.
No, never, right? But the behavior that they got used to and adapted to was that it was okay to order the day before, right? Whereas in India, it basically went from not really ever ordering groceries online to immediately ordering it and getting in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I feel like now the consumer expectation is for that to be the norm.
I'm not saying quick commerce is going anywhere. In fact, for my product, to me, Amazon doesn't make much sense. Quick commerce makes all the sense.
But if they keep charging you 30, 40, 50%,
That's the problem.
and you pay 40% taxes, same for restaurants.
Yeah.
30% to be listed, 10% on the carousel, 5% for something else.
Then marketing spends.
And then they have all your data. You don't know who your customer is.
Yeah.
If they know the customer better, they can build a more suitable
But that's
product
the
for
whole point. You have to build your brand on your
own distribution.
Yeah, no, not distribution. You see, let's go back a few years. In every investor conversation, I would open the conversation by saying, I'm not a D2C brand. I'm not aspiring to be a D2C brand. India is a largely offline, for these kind of products, we're an offline market. And to me, quick commerce is also that. It's a physical It's a dark store, sure, but it's coming to you from a close by place, right? Not a next day delivery or a 2-3 day delivery from an Amazon or a website. People don't buy alcohol in advance. Most people in our country forget buying mixers 1 week in advance or 3 days in advance. So quick commerce makes a lot of sense because I would have had to go run to a shop to buy the product. Now I can get it delivered. If you're a more established brand, quick commerce will be absolutely fine for you. But if you say that I will build my brand today on quick commerce, to me, that is the issue. You still have to build the brand yourself. You have to get customers. You have to get people to talk about it. Whether you do that via collaborations, whatever your hacks might be. But don't think that you'll build it on the back of quick commerce because then they can shut you down as soon as they want to as well.
I differ from this, right? Now, for something like our product, the category had to be built. Now, category for a product which is 130, which is sold in a glass bottle, you're better off having it delivered to your house rather than picking up on a shelf, putting a heavy thing in your bag.
I'm saying the same thing. I'm saying
For
it's
him, I kind of
100% more
agree with
convenient.
kombucha.
But that's the thing, right? And kombucha as a product for us is something that you drink. It's a habitual usage, right? Just like your eggs in the morning. Continual consumption essentially becomes like your eggs in the morning, where you're ordering your groceries, your standard dry provisions, and you're ordering like a couple of bottles of kombucha.
No, but hear me out.
It comes.
I wasn't saying that. What I'm saying is, let's say you're doing really well in Bangalore, right? On a Blinkit. I'm a new player starting a kombucha brand. And he decides to do the same thing.
Yeah.
At what point will Blinkit keep 5 brands of kombucha?
Yeah,
they
they'll
won't.
never list you.
They won't do it. They won't do it. No,
They won't. That's
It's
what
very
I'm
hard.
saying. They won't.
And
do
why
it.
it was very
why
hard to
list you
crack
even
that
if they can
market.
have their own brand beyond the point?
Correct. So that's what I mean. The moment I'm relying on them to build my brand, that's to me the end of things. I can't build
No,
my
but
brand
that's where craft comes into play. That's where authenticity in manufacturing comes to its place.
So in a way,
There
all
will
of
be-
you are selling a story. The story is partly your face,
Yes, we are
the
selling this story,
cultural
yeah.
connotation of it.
Yeah.
That's essentially what you're selling.
product quality and story. Basics. It's not rocket science at all.
But product quality will kind of get democratized and commoditized, right?
I don't know, Nikhil. Like, if you
I
take
don't think so.
Schweppes, right? Till today, like, I don't know anything about the market share that Schweppes has, but I assume it's like 95%.
Yeah,
90%,
of course.
Right?
yeah.
95 or more. I don't know. I presume. I mean, the incredible innovation that these guys are doing in flavor and a few other brands in India, like, are doing in flavors of tonic, for example. I mean, surely at some point that moat that Schweppes has will be broken. I don't
The
know if it's
only
something-
moat Schweppes has is distribution because of
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
That's
exactly
There's
the
no
only
other
moat.
moat.
Yeah, that's it.
But it will not take longer for us. See, for us to start off, quick commerce was great. We have to get into more offline. We have to get into more retail. If I want my brand to be built, I have to get into more restaurants. Horeca and QSRs are
Do you
where the
think the
restaurants.
market for craft then, which is all of you, is more offline than online?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Without a cafe, it's
Yeah.
very difficult to have a coffee brand without a cafe.
We've built our brand via Horeca,
Yeah.
right? Swami's first point of discovery would be a restaurant or a bar.
If
Horeca
there's
is what?
hotels, restaurants, cafes.
cafes.
If there is no identification in a place like that, your favorite restaurant serving one
That's
or two of
actually
these
interesting.
products,
So you're saying for
then-
craft,
yeah.
for someone starting off, it has to be offline.
I wouldn't say just craft, for a brand in general, at least when it comes to beverages or food.
Well,
I
unless
think
you're playing with
Horeca-
price. Unless it's a race to the bottom, then maybe not.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, but
how
it can't
much
be a
of-
race to a bottom in this segment and in this category with this taxation.
True.
It just can't.